Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is a beer that came from the Beer 52 box for June, I want to say. Don't know if they do it like the month before is the box, then you receive it in that month, or whatever. Doesn't really matter. This was part of their Lost and Found box, which didn't just contain Lost and Found beers. And this isn't a Lost and Found beer, but this is from a brewery who I've actually never heard of before. And I got a couple of beers from these guys out of Surrey. And this is a can of the Cold Spark, which is from Big Smoke Brewing Company. It just says Citra, lactose, 3.6%, pale. Unfined and unfiltered. Lovely artwork on that. I do like the colour scheme of that actually, the blues and the turquoise. And canned on the 24th of May 2019. Best before date is the 24th of February 2020. Currently recording this on the 19th of June. Had the box for just over a week now. And so I thought, gotta do myself some tea. Gotta have a couple of beers, even though I've got 8 o'clock starts all this week. Anyway. So yeah, if you're interested, I'm going to put my referral link down below. Beer 52 have actually got a really nice looking bottle shop now, online. And anyway, so using my St. Mars of the Desert glass. Lovely little setup in Sheffield. Okay, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Big Smoke. And don't worry, I'm not going to blow any smoke up anyone's arse. And I will never make a shit pun like that again, so do apologise. Anyway, beer in the glass then. And it looks like a session strength pale ale. It's hazy, but it's got like a somewhat chalky, weak looking body to it. But it still looks really nice in the glass. It really, really does, especially in this style of glass. Beer poured for about a finger's worth of a nice foamy white head, which is sticking around quite nicely. Session pale ales and IPAs. A lot of them, for me personally, end up being watery. And yes, my hair is horrific today. But I don't care. Because when you're nearly 20 stone, why would you give a shit? Anyway, don't know where that came from. Pent up anger and self-hatred, I think. But we all do that, don't we? Does anybody else purge after a beer? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't want to promote that and make light of it, because that's a horrific thing that especially young girls seem to do because of the pressures to be beautiful and stuff. Just be who you want to be. If you're fat, you're fat. If you're thin, you're thin. If you've got a nice bottom, you've got a nice bottom. If you've got a face like a smacked arse, you've got a face like a smacked arse. Just be yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's so fucking annoying. It's annoying seeing these people who like take drastic action. Because they see that's what, though, a magazine says women should look like this. And it's like, don't be weak-minded. Be your own person. If I've got this far in life looking like this, then you can do the same. Anyway, somewhat offensive yet inspiring speech though. But yeah, beer's looking nice. It's got that sort of like lemon curd look to it. Anyway, let's see what we get on the nose. But I was saying that very quickly. I was saying that about session IPAs and pale ales have a tendency to be very watery. But I've had some lovely ones recently, especially that Northern Monk one, which had like the body of like a 5 to 6% ABV pale ale. And I think, especially with lactose being in there, I'm just putting it out there before you've even tasted it. But do you know what I mean? I can imagine this might be, and it smells lovely by the way. I can imagine this might have a little bit of oomph, so let's see. Let's give it a sniff. You definitely get the Citra in there. Probably one of my all-time favourite hops. But yeah, you get a little bit of muskiness in there as well, coming from the malts. But yeah, big bold citrus tones, lemon juice, lime juice, grapefruit, blood orange. There's a little bit of a leafiness in there as well. Almost has a slight parsley aroma. It smells nice. It's nice and juicy, but not too in your face. Anyway, it smells like summer in a glass, essentially. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. Okay, that's really quite an interesting example of a session strength pale ale. Body is... It finishes watery. I'm just going to say it out there. When I say that about these beers, it's not necessarily about the brewery. It's about the style itself. I just don't really opt to drink these sort of this strength when it comes to pale ales and IPAs. So you do get that. It's got a lovely sort of creaminess at first, but then you almost taste the lactose as much as you get it in the body. So you get like this very subtle vanilla milkiness coming through. Yeah, it has got quite a funk to it from that lactose. And the lactose, how many times can you say lactose in 10 seconds? The lactose is imparting those sort of funky flavours in there, which complement that sort of like herbal character you get. I mean, hop-wise, it's a lovely tasting beer. It's going down a treat. It really, really is. But the finish just isn't satisfying for me. And it happens with this sort of ABV'd pale and IPA. I mean, if you wanted to be a sensible drinker, then you could do much worse. Flavour-wise, this is on point. It really, really is. Nicely carbonated as well. But yeah, it's all about that Citra. Lovely, lovely hop. Really, really is. But yeah, it's not too bad. Would I go on my way to get another can of this? Probably not. Hops are Citra, Citra and Citra. Yeah, it's a Citra bomb. So if you love your Citra, then you're going to enjoy that for that aspect alone. I've had much lighter, watery examples of the style. So in terms of that, it's a nice, refreshing change. But even for its ABV, it's got a nice body. It's just... The lactose used in this imparts a flavour that I'm not the biggest fan of. I've almost given it a Belgian pale character. Almost. And yeah, it's that finish on the back end that just doesn't really do much for me. But flavour-wise and utilisation of hops, really nice. And a nice introduction to a new brewery for me. I think I've got another can of theirs upstairs, which I will be reviewing. I'm looking forward to it. Lovely artwork. I like how the can's presented. And yeah, I think I've had a few of the cans now from the Beer 52 box. Some I've just drank, and well, this is the first one that I've actually reviewed. So it's looking like an interesting box. It really, really is. So yeah, if you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Always open to what some of your favourite beers from Big Smoke are. It's a new brewery on my radar, and another brewery that I would definitely try again. But this, for me, it's not what I like when I go for a pale ale. But part of me really loves it for the utilisation of Citra. So in terms of a rating, do you know what? It's going to get a 7 out of 10, which is, 7 out of 10 on my scale is you would buy it again. But I wouldn't bend over backwards to get it. Do you know what I mean? If I saw it, I'd probably go, oh, actually, I remember trying that the first time. Let's give it another go, see if I've got a different opinion. And who knows, second time, I might fall in love with it. Anyway, 7 out of 10, Big Smoke, Cold Spark. Let me know what you think of it. Check out the brewery, check out Beer 52, and hopefully you'll join me for another beer review. Cheers, guys, and you all take care.